sensitive biker who is now in love with Donna. James's uncle is having an affair with Norma, whose estranged husband killed the owner of the lumber mill, whose widow Josie dates the sheriff, Harry S. Truman, or is she seeing Norma's husband? Well, anyway, Josie's in cahoots with a businessman who's working with Laura's father, who killed the bartender who was dealing drugs with a wife-beating trucker. Well, you get the idea.
I wanted the answer. I was promised the answer. Where's the answer?
They just left us hanging, I guess, for next season. I don't know.
Of course, it's not the first time. There was that other big TV whodunit on Dallas. We had to wait a whole summer for the answer to that one.
It was you, Kristen, who shot JR.
But somehow we expected better of Twin Peaks. The really good shows don't seduce and abandon you like that. Remember The Fugitive? We hung in there with him all those seasons and finally got to see him catch the one-armed man. And after they messed up Moonlighting, we didn't have to tell off Dave and Maddie. In the last episode, the producers did it for us.
But can you really blame the audience? A case of poison ivy's more fun than watching you two lately.
Now, Diane, Sam, take all this down. It's not fair to ask the same question week after week and then not answer it. It's a tease, a cheat. There is a theory that the network doesn't want us to know, that they want to keep stringing us along until fall. Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that I have my duty to perform. I happen to have found a copy of the script, and I know the answer. The person who killed Laura Palmer is none other than...
Sure, Judge, sure. A footnote. You may have heard that there was a European version of Twin Peaks. You should know that while it did have a different ending, it was just as mysterious and gave no more insight than Judd Rose into who murdered Laura Palmer. That's it for us. Glad to have you with us. 2020 is in this spot tomorrow night. I'm Diane Sawyer. Good night, Sam.
Good night, Diane. Good night. I'm Sam Donaldson. Join Ted Koppel later tonight for Nightline, and join us again next Thursday night for another edition of Primetime Live.
This has been Prime Time. If you wish a transcript, send $4 to Journal Graphics, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 10007.
This has been a presentation of ABC News, where more Americans get their news than from any other source. At ABC News, we have a singular mission: to report to you what is happening in the world, completely, accurately, in a timely and unbiased fashion. And because more Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source, we take that mission very seriously. You can see it in our faces. ABC News, we're America's choice.
I'm Marianne Childers. Eyewitness News at 10 is next. Tonight, we'll tell you who interrupted Vice President Quayle's speech this evening here in Chicago and why. And find out what's behind the Navy's new investigation into the deadly explosion aboard the battleship Iowa.
I'm John Drury. Also tonight, a plan to make Chicago the first city with a ban on cigarette vending machines. And in Medicine Tonight, we learn a lot more about the disease that killed Jim Henson. These stories and much more next on Eyewitness News at 10.